Oh, wait, I wasn't going to do a special for 250 subs. I'm going to do one at 500. I've got like some sort of, it's sort of a setup with Villain to me showing you how I record and things like that. For 500, 1,000, not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but there's going to be a lot of cool things at 1,000. And I wasn't going to do something for 250. I haven't done something for 100. However, I just decided literally 10 minutes ago that I'm going to do something for 100. 250. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my keybinds. I'm only doing this because I really find it interesting. And you might want to know my keybinds because I'm actually decent at just playing games. But anyway, I'm going to show you them. So do be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I never say it at the beginning of the video. I say it at the end, never at the beginning. But this, I really appreciate getting up to 500. Probably not before the end of the year. That's literally just over a month into 500. Obviously, if we did, I'd love that so much. But anyway, just, yeah, like and subscribe. Anyway, let's go. So, if I go into my settings, I'm going to show you all my keybinds. So let's, first of all, if it will load, go into, can't go into there. First of all, let's go into my video settings. Well, first of all, audio. I just have my music on 100 and my sound volume quite low. Sometimes I have that high, sometimes I have that low, but my music's always on 100, I feel like. I don't know whether that's too loud or not, but that's where I have it, and that's where I like it. Now, those aren't important. Let's go into my video settings. So my brightness, I have it roughly 100. Full screen is on, because obviously full screen's better. Hide hand and hide HUD are off, obviously. Hide paper dollars on, because I don't like... Paper dollars a thing in the top left, I believe it is, or maybe top right of your screen, which is like a mini version of you. It's cool, but I don't like it. Screen animations, I'm not exactly sure what that does, but I have that on. I don't exactly know what HUD opacity does. I believe that means like how opaque your hotbar is, but I have that as that. My FOV is as high as it can go. For PvP, you want to have a high FOV, in my opinion. I mean, I do sometimes have it down at about 90, but I decided to have it 110 at the moment, which is the highest it can go. Short save, not exactly. I think that makes like the chest in the top right. I have that off. Outline selection on in-game player names on. Turn that off. You can see you can't see people's name, which is kind of cool. I'll have that on. View bobbing off. I really like view bobbing on. Camera shake. I guess that's on. All of these fancy things are on. However, you can. I'm actually going to turn those off, just because that might make my FPS slightly better. I feel like that actually makes your FPS slightly better for all of these fancy things are off. I'm going to keep them off for now and just see whether it makes any difference. FOV can be altered by gameplay. That means that, as you see, I'm just like this. But FOV can be altered by gameplay means when I sprint, you see my FOV changes slightly. Doesn't that help? So I have that on because it's just so much nicer. It just feels better. Let's go back down to my video settings and go all the way down. I'm actually going to turn all those fancy things back on because my things are really laggy. So that's on HD profile. I'm not exactly sure what that means. What does Pocket do? What does Pocket do? I don't know. I have it as classic. Don't want that. Do not know what GUI scale modifier does. Do not render distance. I have that about 10. Don't know what anti-aliasing does, or text cell anti-aliasing. That's the end of that, and that's gone to keyboard and mouse. So these are the settings you're all here for. My sensitivity at the moment is at 59. Have it all the way from about 50 to 60, I'd say. I have it about that. Invert y-axis, that's off, because otherwise that's really annoying, because like I'm moving down to go up and up to go down, which is just weird. And you should not do that. Please do not. Auto jump is off. If you've auto jump on, there is something physically wrong with you, and I don't want to be your friend. Full keyboard gameplay. I'm not exactly sure what that does, but I have that off at the moment. Now, keyboard layout. So this is where it gets very controversial. My attack/destroy button is button 2, which is right click. And my use item is button 1. Pick block is still button 3, which is like the scroll wheel. So, naturally, and this is what most people do, they have their attack/destroy as button 1, or left click, and use items button 2, or right click. I have switched them quite a while ago when I started sweating out the bridge. I don't play it as much anymore, but I still play it quite a bit. I'm not exactly sure why I've switched them, but I think because my left click is faster than my right click, so I have a better CPS. Left click than right click, and I was placing, obviously in bridge, place tons of blocks. With right click, I have about a CPS of 6.6 on, and you'll see this mouse at 500 on this super old mouse. So I basically can't get above that. This mouse looks so old, but these things have changed around. And drop item I have as M, because I never really drop items and I don't need it as that. I haven't changed any of my hotkeys, so all my hotbar slots are literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, because I'm on a laptop, so I can really easily reach slots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, kind of. Inventory is control. That's kind of weird, but my inventory is control instead of E, because sprint is R. I actually have R as sprint, but W is like your walk key. So it was and it was in between, which made it really difficult. So I actually have control to open my inventory. And toggle perspective is F. This is usually F5. However, because I'm on a laptop, it's just, you have to do FN and F5, and it's really weird. So what I've done is I've just made it F. It's also easier because it's really easy to access on the laptop. Jump is still space. Sneak is still shift. Sprint is R. So basically, you usually double tap W, but now I have to just tap W and then hold and then tap R. And I find that much easier just because you have to double tap. It's just slightly easier. Strafing is still WASD. Like, all my walking stuff is WASD still. I'm not going to change that. Mob effects, I only found out this command about this thing about recently, but that's Z, haven't changed that. My open chat is still T or return, which is enter. My open command is still slash. Emote is still B. I don't exactly know what these do, but I have them like that. And I think those are all my settings. Touch, I'll actually show you what I do for touch settings. I use my button size at 100, like as big as they can go. Well, this is when I played on my phone. Split controls is on. That shows you your crosshair. A lot of people turn that off, and it's easy PvP, but it's harder for bridging. So I turn off. I have split controls on usually. Lefty off. Short jump and sneak off. Touch only affects hotbar. I'm not exactly sure what that does, but I had that off, I believe. Vibrate is on. Auto jump is off, and invert Y axis is off. Usually have the sensitivity about 40 on mobile, I think, so slightly lower than what it is on the keyboard and mouse. For controller, I don't play controller. I've never played controller, so I don't really know those settings. Profile settings, that doesn't mean anything. What are the settings? When I'm in a world, when I create a survival world, these are both off. Show coordinates is always on, nothing else. It's all normal. And I think that's all the settings that you need to know. So I'm not going to... if I could get keybinds, I would do a video showing you, like, my keybinds. However, I don't really know how to do that, and it's really difficult. If you know how to get keybinds really easy, let me know, but it's really difficult, and I don't want to download a client or something like that. They're all really weird. So I can't really do that, but if I would do a keybind video. I actually can get keybinds, but I'm not sure exactly how to get them, like, over Minecraft. Minecraft always, like, overlaps them, whatever I do, so it's really weird. But anyway, watch this, ready? Wait, does this work? Can I change my emotes? I want to get... I have a really weird emote. Emote 1. Which emote do I have? This one. I have this emote. Ready? Watch this, ready? Look how cool this is. I bought this emote because it was such a waste of my money, but I still bought it. It's really cool. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for 250 subscribers. We've been gaining really fast. I will be doing a video on my Discord soon, kind of going over my channel analytics. I think I might do one, and that'll be Discord only, so you can only see that if you join my Discord. Join my Discord to see that if I ever do that. And subscribe, I'd really appreciate you subscribing to 250 subs with notifications on, because I don't get too many views for the amount of subs as I have. And also, if you've watched all the way through to this video, comment POG in the comments, because I really want to know how my audience retention is doing, I guess you could say. I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, that's it. I will see you in a couple of days with another video. Peace.